We're always told that strength comes from the outside, from our wins, from what people think of us. But what if I told you that real, unshakable strength is actually an inside job? It all starts with the very first story you tell yourself the moment you wake up. Hey, does this sound familiar? The alarm goes off, and before your feet even hit the floor, your mind is just heavy. It's not that you're physically tired, it's a mental exhaustion, right? That feeling of, ugh, another day. Seriously, why even bother? If you've ever felt that, you're definitely not alone. And this is the disconnect right here. Outside, the world is starting fresh. The sun's up, it's a brand new day full of possibilities. But inside our heads, it can feel like a storm of doubt and fatigue. That internal conversation, that's the real battle. So let's talk about 5 powerful truths to help you win that battle, starting tomorrow morning.
All right, truth number 1. This is all about changing that very first thought that pops into your head. Before the worries, before the to-do list floods your brain, you make a conscious choice to shift from stress to gratitude. And this isn't just some feel-good fluff. It's about grounding yourself in what's actually true.
It's this simple sentence, but man, is it powerful. Before you reach for your phone, before you think about that deadline, just take a second and acknowledge this one basic gift. Someone, somewhere, went to sleep last night and didn't wake up this morning, but you did. How can that be anything less than a miracle?
There's this incredible saying that just hits the nail on the head. If you have your health, the future is wide open. 1,000 possibilities, 1,000 dreams, but without it, you're only dreaming of one thing, getting it back. Every single goal we chase is built on that foundation of just being here and being well.
Okay, so truth number 2. This one's about how we thrive in a world that is changing like crazy. And no, I'm not talking about going back to school. I'm talking about a daily choice to be curious instead of comfortable, to see every single day as a chance to get just a little bit smarter. The goal here isn't to become a genius by lunchtime. Not at all. It's about picking up one small thing. Maybe it's a new idea from a podcast, a different perspective from a coworker, or even a hard lesson from a mistake you made yesterday. These little daily deposits of knowledge, they compound over time into a fortune of wisdom. And this is what we mean by real learning. It's what happens after the tests are over. It's treating the whole world like your classroom. The most successful people aren't the ones who act like they know everything. They're the ones who are always asking questions. The formula is simple. Keep your ego shut and your mind wide open. Lessons will find you everywhere. All right, this next one. This is a big one. We're pretty much wired to run from difficulty and chase comfort. But truth number 3 says that's a trap. It argues that our greatest growth, the stuff that really makes us who we are, is forged in hardship. This idea right here, it's a total game changer. Think about your own life. When did you learn your most valuable lessons? Probably not when everything was going perfectly, right? It was from the failures, the rejections, the times you felt totally lost. Those moments aren't there to break you. They're there to build you. They're your greatest teachers. So how do you actually do this? Well, it's a simple 3-step mental habit. First, you just acknowledge the problem. Look it right in the eye without freaking out. Second, and this is so important, you consciously stop asking that victim question, why is this happening to me? And then you flip it. You become the student and ask a much better question. What is this trying to teach me? That one little shift changes the whole game. Let me tell you a quick story that just nails this idea. There's this young guy fresh out of college who applied for 30 different jobs. He was rejected by every single one. He even applied for a job at KFC. There were 24 people who went for that one job. After all the interviews, the manager came out and hired 23 of them. He was the only one left, the only person they didn't hire. Now, it would have been so easy for him to just quit. But that man, a guy named Jack Ma, later said that every no was just another lesson in resilience. Those rejections weren't punishments. They were the training he needed to go on and found Alibaba. All right, our 4th truth. This one applies to business, to leadership, to pretty much every part of life, really. It's about a huge shift in your focus. From thinking, what can I get, to asking, how can I give? It's about moving from a simple transaction to creating a real transformation for someone else. And here's the difference. Selling is about a transaction, but serving is about a relationship. And trust me, people can feel the difference a mile away. When your genuine goal is to help someone to solve their problem, you build something way more valuable than a sale. you build trust. And that is the ultimate currency. I mean, just look at the difference here. When you're selling, your focus is the transaction, and the goal is income. But when you're serving, the focus is on transformation, and the goal is a legacy. Selling might win you the deal today, but serving wins you trust for a lifetime. And that's what builds a lasting career or a lasting life.
And that leads us perfectly to our fifth and final truth. And man, in our world of instant everything, this one is so crucial. It's about patience. It's about being less like a microwave and a lot more like a farmer who knows you just can't rush the harvest.
This is the perfect cure for what I call the instant noodle mindset. We want success, and we want it in 3 minutes flat. But anything truly worthwhile, a business, a skill, a great relationship, it has a planting season. It needs daily, consistent work long before you ever see anything pop up out of the ground. Look at the difference here. The instant noodle mindset gets frustrated and quits if results don't show up right away. But the farmer's mindset, it has faith in the seed. It understands that the most important growth is happening where you can't even see it, under the surface. It's the difference between chasing trends and cultivating real, lasting value. So, let's bring it all together. Here are your 5 morning truths. 1. I am lucky to be alive today. Gratitude. 2. I will learn something new today. Curiosity. 3. Challenges are teachers. Resilience. 4. I am here to serve. Purpose. And 5. Today I plant, tomorrow I harvest. Patience. Because at the end of the day, it really all boils down to this. The trust you build with your customers, with your team, and most importantly, with yourself. That's the real wealth. That's way more valuable than any number you could ever have in your bank account. Look, these aren't just nice quotes. They are tools, practical tools you can use to build a stronger, more resilient mind one morning at a time. So the only real question left is, which tool are you going to pick up tomorrow? What new story are you going to tell yourself?